I started all my various projects that I have, and I put them all under the banner of Handmaiden quite a few years ago on Facebook, just for a bit of fun really. But my artwork is the main thrust of what I do now. So I do lino printing. So I sketch things that I like or that people have asked me to do, and then I convert those into a lino, and I carve away the lino and then print from there. So that's kind of mostly what my artwork is about at the moment. And from there it's kind of gone on to fabric, and it's gone on to mugs, hence this. So all sorts of different things like that. So it's productive because I kind of can't stop myself. I've had a couple of commissions from people, which has been quite nice, and I've managed to make a variety of products so that I can do little stalls every now and again. So I've done them locally in the village. I had a go at one in Bolsover, but I've not done a lot really. So that's made me a little bit of money, which helped me invest in the kind of mug press to make my mugs as well. So yeah, what I've tried to do when I'm doing things is try and do it to the best quality I can, rather than thinking how cheaply can I do it. Yeah. But so and then it's difficult to know what would you kind of price that. So I mean, I just love messing about really.
And yet messing about has created so many products, so much content. Yeah. What's your thoughts when you look at that table? And I'm sure there's many things that you've not got out as well. I'm sure there's loads to go at. What do you think looking at it?
Yeah, well, I thought I'd get out my pieces and show you kind of where it goes from the sketch through to the kind of final design. Just to sort of show little stories around everything. I mean, so obviously I started with the pig, but then it did make me think, wow, yes, there is quite a lot really, isn't there? And so I'm quite pleased with all the stuff that I've been making. I just hope other people like them, and I think that some people do, because some people have bought them. But yeah, so that's quite nice. So, yeah.
What's the dream? How far, how big do you want to take it?
I would really love it if my products would sell enough just to tick it over really. I think it would be great if this could take off enough to save me having to go and get a proper job.
Yeah. One of the other bits that we've not mentioned yet, that might possibly be my favourite bit potentially, is you have a gnome spa and beauty. And now I hesitate with that because I don't want to get it wrong. But tell me about what that means and what else you do with it, really.
Yeah, well, so this is one of my gnomes here, look. He's a bit injured at the moment though, but so it was partly during lockdown, but it was as we were opening up and being in the garden a little bit more. And I had a few gnomes that were looking very dilapidated, so a bit more time than normal. So I started painting them and decorating them again, or sort of redoing them. But out of amusement for myself really, I started putting them in the foot spa and doing bubbles. I did a few videos with spa music in the background, and that was how Gnome Spa and Beauty was launched really. So it's only a Facebook page. These ones I'd inherited from a friend, not the hedgehog, but these three I'd inherited from a friend, and someone I used to work with. So they were looking very kind of, well, they were terrible in the garden, so I kind of painted and decorated those. So they're the ones I started with, and then bit by bit my mum gave me some to do, and then a couple of friends in the village actually got me to do theirs. So, and I used to just take videos of them as I'm doing them. So if they come to me, I'm looking after them and I'm sending them little shots of what's happening to them the house while they're here. So yeah, generally it's the foot spa with bubbles, and and then more recently a friend said, is there anything you can do with my teddy bear? It had some holes in the knit. It was a knitted teddy bear. So the last few weeks I've had a bear called George with me, and I've repaired his, because I can crochet. Yeah. I've managed to repair the bit that had got a hole in for him and cleaned him up, and so he had the spa treatment as well while he was here. Wow.
And that is just something ongoing as part of Handmaiden, is it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I carry on with that because I'm learning all the time about how to do that. So this one I picked up for you on the way up. He had no foot when he came, and I did repair that, but I can see this. Oh, wow. So that was last year, no, year before I think. So he needs another go. So I'm learning all the time about how to make things better. So I'm absolutely loving, you know, having a go and doing all these different things, and hopefully out of it something good is happening, and that's great for me. So yeah.